Buzzing with success. Tea Creek bees and honey. To say that Tim Urchin is a busy man would be an understatement. By day, he serves the community as a full-time middle school principal, but during evenings, weekends, and breaks from school, he operates Tea Creek Bees and Honey, a business decades in the making. Beekeeping absolutely began as a hobby, Tim said. My grandfather delivered hives to my father in 1986, and beekeeping became part of our family rhythm. After a 20-year break, I reconnected with that tradition. What started as a peaceful after-school activity quickly became a passion. Named for the Tecumseh Creek that runs through his family's property, Tea Creek Bees and Honey aims to honor its ritual roots and do right by the land, water, and pollinators native to the area. Tim takes the science behind beekeeping seriously and is eager to share what sets Tea Creek apart from the competition. Honey is one of the top 3 most adulterated products in the world, he says, meaning inexpensive foreign honey is sometimes blended with syrups and sweeteners to stretch the product for economic gain. The best way to guarantee you're buying natural raw honey is to source it from a beekeeper in your area. We prioritize quality, consistency, and transparency, said Tim, who manages a total of 350 hives. Our honey isn't pasteurized or ultra-filtered, and every bottle comes from a hive we manage ourselves right here in the southeast Shawnee County. At Tea Creek, the bottling process begins from moving barrels of honey into a production room where the honey is gently warmed to dissolve any natural crystals that formed. Next, it's pumped into a stainless steel tank, passing first through a strainer to remove wax particles and other debris remaining from extraction. It is then bottled, capped, and labeled before the finished product is boxed for distribution. Tim credits several others, including his wife, father, and some of his students for supporting the company's daily operations. I have 6 part-time youth workers, all Shawnee Heights students who live within 2 miles of our commercial building, Tim said. When someone loses interest or get too busy with school, I simply have the current workers recommend a friend. In fact, he says the ability to connect students to his business has helped him out twofold. Not only does he benefit from the part-time labor and assistance from bottling and apiary work, but he also relishes that opportunity to teach students a trade and open their eyes to small businesses and agricultural skills. Students learn how to run a honey packing line with bottlers and automated labelers, work as a team and problem solve, follow food safe practices, prep orders for customers, harvest and extract honey, and understand the basics of beekeeping. Over time, the students become independent and self-directed, Tim said. The bottling crew often works without me present. I've seen them grow in both skill and confidence, and I know their parents value the opportunity. Growth has been steady since late 2020 when Tea Creek officially became a business. While Tim began keeping bees as a hobby in 2018, once he began producing more honey than he could use or gift, it was easy to see the beginnings of a possible business venture on his hands. He began selling raw honey to family and friends while researching laws and license around food sales. Ultimately becoming a licensed food processor with his own commercial kitchen, he eventually expanded his business to include wholesale accounts, putting his product on shelves in front of an ever-growing community of customers. I've focused on building trust with local retailers by being responsive, consistent, and easy to work with, Tim said. Milk and Honey Coffee Co. and Leonard Meat were my first 2 wholesale accounts. They trust the quality of our product, and that helps us grow. He says it's been rewarding to see Tea Creek products on store shelves and build a loyal customer base in Topeka, adding that his relationship with area business owners has grown into genuine friendships over the years. An indicator that local business succeeds better when they work together. Tea Creek's honey products are now available in more than 20 locations across the Topeka area. Tim says they also sell in bulk to bakeries, mead makers, and distilleries. I remember the manager of Leonard Meat meeting with me early on to discuss our wholesale account, he said. She took the time to work out wholesale and retail prices that would give us both margins we would need to be successful. I've really met so many interesting and supportive business owners over the years, many of whom have become personal friends. Tea Creek even sells to local beekeepers who resell the honey under their local labels. There are a few large beekeepers in the area, and I've considered partnering with them on a regional honey label that could leverage our facilities along with their production capabilities, Tim said. Tim says three things that help him balance his honey business and with his job in school administration: time management, passion, and a stronger support system. While his role as a principal and beekeeper may seem vastly different, they feed different parts of who he is. Beekeeping offers me a sense of peace and physical labor that contrasts from the fast pace of school leadership, Tim said. But there's often a number of surprising parallels between the two. Both require careful observation, problem solving, and system thinking. Just like managing a hive, a school requires support structures, healthy environments, and leadership that understands when to intervene and when to let things evolve. Tim loves watching the bees work, learning from nature, and having the opportunity to share that with his students. He's especially excited about several promising young beekeepers he's mentoring, so much so that he's considering expanding from 350 to 500 colonies. He's also interested in working with large beekeeper operations in the area, sharing labor and facilities to increase production, and maybe even partnering on a regional honey label. For now, Tim encourages honey consumers to buy from local beekeepers rather than settle for national store brands. He says that raw honey's antioxidants, enzymes, and natural antibacterial properties have claimed to not only provide a number of health benefits, but also reportedly soothe sore throats, defend against seasonal allergies, and provide immune system support. The most popular product we sell is our delicious raw honey, but consumers also enjoy our creamed honey lineup consisting of flavors like cinnamon, lemon, and chocolate, Tim said. Hot honey is also popular with honey lovers who use it on pizza, wings, sandwiches, and more. The response from local customers has made Tim optimistic about the future of local agriculture. A trio of raw honey, creamed honey, and hot honey will make an excellent gift, he added. I'm grateful to live in a place where small agriculture and community businesses are valued, and I hope our story encourages others to get closer to the food we eat and the people who produce it.